but what has been kind of hidden is the gay casting couch. You know, the day I arrived in Hollywood, they told me when I was offered the job at Warner Brothers that you need to know this town is run by a homosexual mafia. And I
oh my gosh! Don't say that. We got to wrap it up. No, be careful with what you say on Infowars. Even here, we don't want them coming after us. Thank you.
All right, back to Jimmy.
So I don't know if you saw, but Tim Dillon did an interview with CNN, and this interviewer is something else. She's, as one commenter said, she's 44 and she sounds like she's 20 years old. But anyway, this could be called Tim Dillon teaches. Oh, somebody else in the comments said this is Tim Dillon. Sounds like Tim Dillon explaining the world to his 20-year-old niece. So let's just listen to it. This is from Joke World.
It's the full 70-minute Tim Dillon interview that was recorded over a month ago but did not get released right away because they wanted to edit the footage. And after watching the entire thing, it's pretty clear why.
Jon Stewart, Stephen Colbert, left-wing critics of the Bush administration and of the Iraq War. Why do you think that style of comedy has fallen away?
Has it?
Yeah. I mean, according to the people who worked for them,
I think Jon Stewart's still very popular and goes viral all the time, saying interesting things, right?
You think The Daily Show gets the same kind of audience?
I don't think The Daily Show does, but I think Jon Stewart, because you brought up Jon Stewart. So why? Well, that's a story of why traditional media has just declined. That comedy, there's very, very successful comedians that are left of center comedians.
Like who?
I mean, what do you mean, like who? Chelsea Handler. I think John Mulaney, probably. I think that you would find Sarah Silverman. I think Bill Burr, Louis C.K. He's never voted for a Republican in his life. Why? Because he's an imperfect person? These are massively successful comedians. They're all more successful than I am. And there's nothing wrong with that. And they're all left-leaning comedians. Is there this idea that, like, they're not around or you can't find them? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
No. But there's not this cultural energy.
Kimmel, Fallon.
But all those people who had the kind of like left-wing shows like Amy Schumer and Michelle Wolf, those have all been canceled. All those shows are canceled.
Well, but there'll be new ones. There'll be new ones. I mean, do you not have the faith? Do you think there's going to be no left-wing comedy?
I don't see like a little ecosystem or like a galaxy.
A galaxy?
I mean, you might dispute this, but like in the sort of right of center.
There's a galaxy.
World, right?
Establishment.
There's Rogan and there's all this stuff.
I mean, again, is Trevor Noah not popular? He does arenas.
He does arenas.
He's an arena comedian. He's one of the most popular comedians in the country. Hassan Minhaj, Ronnie Chang. These guys are all left-wing and they're all really funny, really popular comics who I'm friends with and like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think this thing's happening. Whatever everyone thinks happening, I don't think is happening. This idea that like left-wing like where are they? Where are they? Where are they to be found? Where's Amy Schumer? I don't know. She's in her $15 million townhouse in Brooklyn. I think she'll be okay.
CNN finally released the full 70-minute.
So this is this kind of crazy narrative they're trying to push that, oh, it's all right-wing comedy. Like, what are you talking about? Where is it coming from? There's no universe and galaxy because Joe Rogan has a popular show. By the way, Joe Rogan is a traditional liberal. He supported Bernie Sanders. He said he would vote for AOC. And then the Democrats became authoritarian fascists. So it's funny now, if you oppose the Ukraine war, you're considered right-wing. If you oppose medical mandates of experimental drugs, you're considered right-wing. I thought My Body, My Choice made you a left-wing. Well, if you're My Body, My Choice, you're now a right-winger. So people who used to say My Body, My Choice, now they don't say that anymore because they don't mean it, because they're for mandating experimental medical treatments to everybody or you can't go to work. They say I'm pro-abortion, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. But they say it, and they say it with a straight face. So all these, so this idea that, there's no left. Yeah. The thing that used to be left, they just call them right wing now because the Democrats have become authoritarian fascists, being for free speech. That used to be a lefty thing. Criticizing big pharma, that used to be almost exclusively a purview of left liberals. It's all over. So all these things that So that's why they call people like Joe Rogan a right-winger, and they call people like me a right-winger, and Matt Taibbi. Why? Because he's for free speech. He's for the First Amendment. Oh, you must be a right-winger. And you notice how she whispered? She whispers when she talks. All those shows have been canceled. You mean 2 shows are no longer on the air? 2 shows? Every late night talk show, except for the Fox News one, is completely in the tank for the Democratic Party. I'm not going to call them liberal. I'm not going to call them lefties, because they're neither of those things. They're for the establishment Democratic Party. And if you haven't figured it out, the establishment Democratic Party is anti-worker and pro-war and pro-censorship and anti-free speech and anti-bodily autonomy and pro-big pharma. I don't know if you noticed that. They're not left or liberal. The Democratic Party are authoritarian fascists. I hope that word doesn't get overused too much, but it probably doesn't mean anything to hear the word fascist anymore because they've overused it so much. But that's what that is. So good for Tim Dillon. And what I encourage everyone to do is to go read the comment section under the full interview, because it's hilarious. Let's read some of the comments just under this little clip. Let's see. This chick drank a full bottle of NyQuil before this interview. She seems like a bad choice for this interview. She has to be one of the most insufferable interviewers I've ever seen. Holy F, props to Tim for even being willing to talk to this person for 70 minutes. She's unbearable. Her entire demeanor is just oozing. Keep talking, but I'm taking nothing you say serious, even though they are factual and dispute my point. Tim cannot be questioned by amateurs. She is insufferable, and her take in her first day on the job, and she goes done smoking weed with Teddy Bear and Mark Wahlberg. Timmy D broke her down gently. She has no real rebuttal. I hate the way she talks, that whisper. She wasn't ready for Dylan and was completely out of her depth. 100%. I love that. So she's just in that bubble. She doesn't. She's never heard someone push back on that idea that, oh, there's no more liberal comedians. She's never heard anybody push.
What is she? I can't even believe what she's thinking about, because like you're saying that every late night talk show host couldn't be more in the tank for the Democratic Party. I mean, they've never said a harsh word about Joe Biden ever. That's so unlike when I was growing up and watching
from SNL to the late night talk shows to Daily Show. I love this. This is one of my favorite comments. It says her demeanor is that of an SNL skit. She literally looks and sounds like someone is doing an impression of her, but it's just her being herself. Like, that's the kind of thing you would do. You would act like she's acting if you were doing it satirically to try to make fun of her, but she's already a joke. The reason CNN waited so long to release this interview isn't because of Tim Dillon. It's because of this woman. When the edible kicks in, but you still have an important interview to do. She's like a snobby therapist that is judging you and making wild assumptions about your life. They chose their weakest mind to interview Tim. Anyway, so I'm nervous about doing this interview. Here, take this whole prescription of Xanax. So anyway, great job by Tim, and CNN is a joke. Okay.
That is perfect.
That's it for today. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We're going to skip everything. And
you got to have your weekend.
We're going to have my weekend, and we'll see you back. We're going to be, now Keaton will be here next week on Wednesday and Friday. Monday's Memorial Day, so no show because I can't get anybody to come work. And we'll be back. So when we'll be here next week, we'll be back the next one. Okay. Steph finished reading the Rumble rants.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Big screen camera 4.
We'll see you tomorrow, by the way, in Los Angeles. We'll see you tomorrow.
You can show Jimmy.
You want to see the live show? Come see a live stand-up show tomorrow in Studio City, right here in the Valley in Los Angeles. Tickets still available. Go to jimmydore.com.
I don't think you have another show scheduled in LA for months.
I don't have another stand-up show scheduled for months in LA. So
they're not scheduled.
Tomorrow we'll see you. And then we'll see you in Buffalo, see you in Toledo, Montreal, Ottawa, and then we'll see you in Europe. See you in the UK. All right.
All right. Big screen camera 4. Will you please play that Jimmy Dore chime again for me? Because I love it.
Jimmy Dore.
All right, Jimmy Dore's making his way out of the room. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been so generous today. Thank you so much. Here's a big gong for Ramones. Ramona's gifted 50 subscriptions to the Jimmy Dore Show. I don't even know how you do that, Ramona's.
No way.
Yes, that was pretty generous. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. All right. Okay. All right, got to make sure I got that one. All right, you can come back to Steffi Z. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, where is that? Is the remote here? Oh, the remote is here. Let's see what the next one is. Come on. Oh, I love it. I love that one. All right, let's see what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to do something fun? We've got 8,993 people, 92 people, 91. Oh, you don't want to stay for the next 15 minutes just to see me read? Don't you want to hear me read, ladies and gentlemen? Read. All right, let's see where I am. Where am I? This is wild. Oh my gosh. This is from Buster Blue Sun. We were in an Ozempic study group in Dallas. I hated it. Felt like sludge in my stomach. Hubby had vision problems. Oh my God. We dropped out of the study after a few months. It was awful. I'm glad you did. Good for you. Just eat healthy food. No more processed food. Looks like, everybody's like drinking water out of plastic bottles. We're like, oh, we're so good. Turns out no. If there's an increase in the rate of autism, it's due to the increase of sci-fi and comic book conventions where nerds pair up and their kids inherit a double dose of weirdo. There's nothing wrong with eating kimchi. If you like spicy food, you'll like kimchi. It's low carb too. Thank you, Sparky. Thinking about my waistline. All right. I'm just starting to wonder, is Musk an AI robot too? There's a huge Sparky, there's a huge autism industrial complex grift going on. If person identifies as autistic, they're not autistic. Autistic people don't know they're autistic and are with family or institutionalized. Sparky 63. Thank you, Ramonas, for all the people that you were so generous to support in your subscriptions, your gifted membership. Kimchi helps asthma, eczema, and other allergy issues. It's me. Wow, I had no idea. Just ordered some kimchi from Brightcore. Got the free shipping and vitamin D3. Vitamin D3, B12, vitamin D3. Whoa. I'll let you know if it works. Cute shoes, I bet you will. I saw a video that said the no tax on tips is for cash tips only, bait and switch. Also, diplomats shot. Google search had to be quickly changed from IDF shoots at foreign diplomats. Jenin West Bank. Thank you for that. And that was from Kid. I second the super chat to check out The Controversy of Zion by Douglas Reed. You can even just read a couple of the reviews on Amazon. It's mind-blowing. Check it out. Kerp especially. Okay, we will. All right, read that one. I used to sit in Jimmy's chair at KPFK to soak up the aura. Are you kidding, DJ? Jimmy, check out Tim Fool's Beanie song. Thank you. I will share that with Ben. And that was, thank you so much. Hold on, DJ Vance. Thank you, DJ Vance Gov. I call Mad Al Les Limbaugh. Same tactic, bury you in bullshit and then call you a genius for believing it. What a disgusting country this is when a man can't get pissed on by whores in peace or else he gets defamed and smeared. Corn Pop. Kimchi is primarily cabbage. So instead of feeding Jimmy, who's half Irish, corned beef and cabbage, feed him corned beef and kimchi. Love it. Sparky 63. I'm sure that's on a menu somewhere. Space, the final comedic frontier. And that's from Go Start. Look at you, Go Start. As a SNAP recipient, can't afford to send $1, but worth it to express how disappointing it is that our government is fomenting the real discrimination and racism in our country, and that's with the color green. C. Borisov. Thank you so much for that one. Much appreciated. Oh, tomfoolery. Just bought my tickets to JD in Calgary. VIP Bizzles. See you in August. Looking forward to it. And let me see. Did I miss anything else? That was fun today. Oh, what did I get here? I got it all, ladies and gentlemen. I got it all. And And now, do you have any questions for me? Can I answer any questions, lifelong questions that you've had that you're like trying to figure out? I'm great. You know, I'm great at giving great advice. All right. Carl. Thank you, Carl. Yes, Keaton will be here next week, Wednesday and Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Remember, resist much, obey little, and when we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too, bitches. That's by Paulo Coelho. All right. I'll see you, I guess, in a week.